guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Rifa. Now if you hear some noise, that's my neighbors. It's a nice sunny day here in London. So as you've clicked on this title, it's all about like pros and cons of piercings and tattoos before you get them done. So I'm coming to you as a big sis. So how many piercings do I have or have had? Let me break it down in order of what I've had done. So if you can see here, I've had my nose pierced. I had my nose pierced when I was 14 in secondary school. So my mom consented and took me and I got my nose pierced. But this African auntie had a grudge against me, and she would buddy up with the ICT teacher, and every time I came into school I would get sent home. So what my mom did, like the African way, she found like a little stick and then, you know, burnt it, and then she would put it in my nose so the hole can be like fine. But because, like, you know, still fresh, my body was still young, my nose got blocked. So then I pierced it for the second time, and then from then onwards couldn't give a damn. I had my piercing in. If you want to put me in detention, it is what it is. Till this day I still have my nose piercing. But something about me is like, with all my piercings, if I take it out for like just even an hour, no matter how many years I've had my stuff pierced, it's always hard to put it back in. I don't know if that's just me. Comment down below if your skin is like that as well. For the first time I got my nose pierced, I get these things, I don't know what they're called. It's like, you know when you get like a bump? I had like a little bump thing on my nose, and you had to keep like pressing it with like the nose piercing down, and that was like one of the main reasons I didn't want to have my piercing out while it was still healing, but school was being a pain. But that was one piercing that I had done. The second one, which is I guess the most noticeable on my face, is my lip piercing. I had to convince my mom that I really wanted it. I think I was like 15, 16 when I got my lip piercing done. I think I was just starting college, so I was probably like 16, and I wanted my lip piercing so badly. I used to always, like, you know when you get your eyeliner and you put like a little dot kind of thing, and I'll show my mom pictures and be like, this is so cute, I really want it. My mom was just like, no, because I was in a mindset of like, I wanted my tongue pierced, and then like my mom would say that, oh, women who have their tongue pierced, they're busy doing a so she wouldn't let me. Till now I still do not want my tongue pierced, because I had a friend and her tongue was pierced, and every single time she said that she will like eat the ball, like it just loosens up and your mouth can get infected and all that. And I was just like, yeah, no, that's not for me. So my lip piercing, I didn't have any issues with it. As a light no, I did get the bump thing as well. It's just my body, I think I just did that. But this one healed a lot faster than my nose did. So my lip piercing, I think it took, I was like 16, so it took the reasonable amount, I suppose. The next piercing that I got then was my belly button pierce. I will insert pics of how like that looked. Ugh. Now back then I wouldn't say I was always a skinny babe, but I was like, you know, a little bit on the like slimmer side, like early 20s, 19, 20. I was a bit more smaller, so it looked a bit nice. Like I said, I'll insert pictures of my body when it was a bit like, you know, not that my body right now is not like but back then it was you know what I mean. My belly button, like, you know when you have like scans and stuff, they tell you to remove piercings, remove metal. That one was a pain to go in. It will bleed. My hole, like, you know there's a hole at the bottom and hole at the top, mine just wouldn't, mine was pierced funny, and then only until I was like, I would say 24. My piercing was out for a while because I had like an MRI scan. That bad boy did not go back in, and since then every time I put it in, it will just profusely bleed. The ball will be so painful. I was like, I've had enough now. I've had enough. That piercing does not exist anymore. I still obviously have the hole. Would I get my belly button pierced again? Absolutely not. No, because for some reason it just wouldn't heal, and I've had it pierced for like at least a good 4 or 5 years by then, but it still just never healed. Another piercing which I personally regret and do not recommend that I got was a dermal piercing. I don't know if I still have, if you look carefully, where is it? There's like a little, yeah, it was like here. Dermal piercings on the chest. Some people have them like the back of the neck. I had the chest one. Baby, that chest piercing, it looks cute. It's like they numb it and then you have a little like diamondy stud thing in the middle of your chest. That bad boy, I think, lasted only 8 months. Reason being is, again, my body produced that little bump thing, and then you press on it and it goes down. But what they didn't tell me when I had it pierced is, oh, it's not like a permanent piercing like everything else. It grows out of your body. So it was always bleeding, and then it reached a point where the actual, I was on holiday, can't remember where I was, but the actual metal was dangling out of my body, and you can literally see like your body rejecting it, and it's just there. And then they'll just be like, oh, just put salt water on it, it'll be fine, until eventually it popped off. Like, it popped off, it was out of me. I went to the piercing place and they were just like checking to make sure everything was safe, and then that's when they told me about that. And I was like, so what was the point, like telling me, like, here's me thinking I'm gonna have it forever. No, that for some people, maybe it lasts a while, but then they were like, they told me it's a type of piercing where you have to keep on piercing it, and I was like, why would I want to go through that? It made like a whole ring around like my chest, like where the piercing was, there was like a big bruise like all around. And back then I was working like in retail, so like I was working in beauty, working in like makeup, and then I worked like in M&S. It wasn't cute. I felt like, imagine being like that young 19, 20, 21-year-old insecure, like, baby, 2017 was not the year for me. It was not cute. I just, it's definitely a piercing I don't recommend. It's high maintenance and it's very painful, like, especially if you sleep on your stomach. I was sleeping like this, like a zombie. It's not the one. Like, it only now, years later, the scar's not too bad, but would I go back to the old me and say get it again? No. Do I regret getting it done? Yes, because it was just it was staining my clothes. Like, I just had blood everywhere, pus everywhere. Why would I want that for myself? Like, why? I wonder what my neighbors are doing, making hella ha kiki noises. Can you hear that? We just have to ignore that because that's really out of my control. Another piercing that I had was, I got my tatas. I had 2 nipple piercings. Emphasis on had. I had my nipples pierced for just over a year. I think nipple piercings work best if you have smaller boobs. Like mine, they're not that big. They are like average size, I would say. But like, it always made your nipples looked like you're turned on. Just always ta-da, you know, like pointy. The worst part part of having nipple piercings was the shower process. You know, when you're out there with your loofah and everything, that bad boy gets jammed in everything. One small thing, even changing clothes, boom. It was so sensitive, and it was always painful because it would be like an intense shh. Nah. My left breast took it well, it healed, it was good. My right didn't like it, it kept rejecting it. It, like, on one side would always be a bit more pussier, and then like what I noticed is I got, again, like for me with my common thread, this, my left breast didn't have any problems, healed, good, cushy. Right, I had a bump. All right, I had to confirm. Till this day, there's still like a little bump thing, like, you know, where the milk, I guess where the milk duds is, it had like a big lump. And moving the bar, oh, so painful. I had to just, like, I didn't want one to have one and the other one don't. Like, my breasts are a pair, so why is it, it's like buy one get one free. Why not buy one return the other? It's not gonna work for me, so I took both of them out. I just had holes in my nipples for like a good few years. And then I know what you're probably wondering, was it fun intimate wise? No, it wasn't fun, because it was like when a man is like, you know, and they're moving inside, my body was like, it was very uncomfortable, it was very painful, it was, and they're like touching it, like, no, it just felt like there was these, like, already my nips are getting, and then there's metal in between, and they're like slipping and sliding, like, oh no, oh no, yeah, it was painful. And I remember like one partner that I was with, he was like, bruh, you got your nose, you got your lip, you got your chest, and you got your nips, you got your belly. All I'm seeing on your body is metal. You're like a metal detector. Are you at the airport? And I just looked at him like, well, yes I am. Ding 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 ding. Now I only have my nose, my lip, and like, you know when you have your ears when you're pierced like a baby. But if you're gonna get your nipples pierced, keep in mind your body could react in any way. Your body can reject the metal. Belly piercings, to me they're always cute, but then like, I know like when people get pregnant there's like pregnancy ones, but then I'll just like, it's just not hitting like it was, you know. I feel like belly button piercings look nicer when you're younger, but as you get older it's more like, why? You can, if you're older and you still have it, good for you. I'm sure you look 10-10. Chef kiss. For me, the amount of doctor's appointments that I have, and I know I constantly have to take things off, it's just long. Like for the lip piercings now, I just tell them I can't take it out. It's screwed on. You see, it's screwed on, and then like inside there's a metal. I have a bad habit where I'm always like, So once I got over the whole piercing stages, your sis went to the tattoo stage. Like on my left thigh, I got my first tattoo when I was 22. Oh, that rhymes. I got my tattoo at 22. It was a little flower thing. I got mugged off. They charged me like £100 and like £20 for like a little cream, so it's like $120 for a small thing. I'll insert a picture. Like your first tattoo, they're gonna mug you off. Facts. They will mug you off, most likely. But then as like, luckily like the artist there saw that that guy mugged me off, and then she took over, and then she's the only one I trust to do the rest of my tattoos. Then I had, I don't know if you can see it, so I have like this flower, and then after that flower, I think it's better if I just stand up. So yeah, I got the tattoo that says believe in yourself, and it's like a flower that represents like blossom. Then I had this tattoo where it's literally like me as a crown. And then I have, this is my recent one that I got 2 years ago, of like wine, dice and film. So it's just like a representative. I don't really like this part here, so I probably would want where it connects, so then it just like flows. And then, so my first one was on my hip. Then my second one was a balloon with the date of my baby's passing, so 14, 12, 18. Then that's when I got the Believe in Yourself, and that was there for a while. Then I was like, you just get a bug. So when you like get your first tattoo, generally it doesn't really stop at one. You want it to like keep growing, and then you end up getting like more or less like a sleeve kind of thing going on. Oh my god, I forgot about this, lol. Then I've got a chest one. So before I got this film one, I had my chest. So I have, how many tattoos do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I have 6 tattoos on my body. Will I get more? Yes, because my tattoos, I get them when there's like a new meaning like in my life. And right now I've taken a break. I don't need any more tattoos, but I will get more. Probably like maybe more on my thigh, like my thighs, maybe my back. I don't have a quote-unquote like tramp stamp. You know, when I was young, I was like, ooh, I'd like one like, you know, behind my lower back and stuff. With all due respect, I thought it was a little bit like tacky, but I was just like, nah. I would like to get my under boobs done, or like my ribs. I'm just not brave enough yet, or have like a strong meaning behind. Do I regret any tattoos that I have? Absolutely not. When it comes to my tattoos, I don't regret them. I love them. Like this one, the last recent one, I went to Malta, and as soon as I came back to London, I drew a picture when I was in Malta, and then the next day I came back to London, I got my tattoo done. Done. That one, I wouldn't say that was my most spontaneous, because I already knew that I wanted it and I drew it out, and then I was like the next day like, yeah, here you go, here's the money, do it. This one took the longest, and this one was the most painful. Besides like when this one here with the hair, yeah, that hurt. But for me, I like the pain of having a tattoo done, like seeing the needle cut me. Don't associate me with that. I'm not no, but I like that feeling of getting a tattoo, and that whole excitement of like cleaning it and maintaining it. Like nothing beats a fresh tattoo. It just looks but you do have to look after it, because if you're not looking after it when it starts to peel and everything, you can ruin the whole process, and then you can't blame your artist, you can only blame yourself. You need to maintain that ish. But yeah, when it comes to piercings, just remember those ones, they're more temporary, so be wise. Tattoos, again, that's for life. Unless you want to pay more money to get laser done. Don't let your friends, if they're not tattoo artists, don't let your friends do it. Just go to a studio, pay your money. I think in total I probably spend definitely up to $1,000 in tattoos in my body. Yeah, tattoos ain't cheap. But this is your big sis Reef giving you life advice. I hope you like this video. Please comment down below what piercings you have, or what piercings you regret, or any tattoos that you regret. I would love to know. But I'll catch you in the next one.